Hello, little dreamers. It's time for another warm and wonderful Bible bedtime story from the realms of possibility. Are you cozy? Snuggled up? Let's begin our story about a brave boy named David. And what happened after he defeated the giant Goliath? After David bravely defeated the giant Goliath, he became very famous in all of Israel. The people cheered for him and sang, "Saul has slain his thousands, but David his tens of thousands." But King Saul became jealous. He didn't like that people loved David more than him. So Saul tried to harm David many times. But God was with David. David stayed kind and never tried to hurt King Saul, even when he had the chance. He said, "I will not hurt the one God has chosen as king." David had to run and hide for many years. He lived in caves and in the wilderness. But even then, he still praised God with songs. We call them psalms today. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." That's one of David's songs. When King Saul died, the people made David their king, first over Judah and then all of Israel. God kept his promise, and David became a mighty and good king. He led the people with courage and kindness, and he always asked God for help. David brought the Ark of the Covenant, a special golden box that showed God's presence, back to Jerusalem. He danced and sang with joy. But David wasn't perfect. One day, David made a very sad choice. He saw a beautiful woman named Bathsheba and took her to be his wife, even though she was already married. Then David made a terrible plan to have her husband sent to war so he would not come back. This made God very sad. David had sinned. God sent the prophet Nathan to talk to David. Nathan told him a story that made David realize his mistake. David felt very sorry. He prayed, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me." Psalm 51:10. And guess what? God forgave David. But David still had to face consequences. The baby he had with Bathsheba became very sick and died. David cried and prayed, but he also trusted God's plan. Later, God gave David and Bathsheba another son. That baby's name was Solomon, and God loved him very much. God told David that one day Solomon would become king after him and build a big, beautiful temple for God. David grew old, and before he died, he gave Solomon special instructions. "Be strong and brave, obey God's commands, walk in his ways, and you will be wise and blessed." David died as a man who loved God, made mistakes, but always came back to God with a humble heart. Solomon becomes king. Just as God promised, Solomon became king after David. He asked God for wisdom, not riches or power, and God made him the wisest man who ever lived. He built the temple in Jerusalem, just like his father David had dreamed. Moral of the story: even when we make big mistakes, if we say sorry and turn back to God, He is always ready to forgive us. David wasn't perfect, but he loved God with all his heart, and God never stopped loving him. God looks at our hearts, and He loves when we trust Him, obey Him, and say sorry when we do wrong. Did you enjoy this story about David and Solomon? Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Realms of Possibility, for more cozy bedtime stories from the Bible. And remember, God loves you, and He has a big, beautiful plan for your life.